kitchen again with the proceeds of one of the outings that we've had with Nature's Perks. We were fortunate enough to bring home some venison and a bit of pork fat, or other pork as well, but we haven't had tacos or bolognese or anything Mexican for a little while, so we thought what we'll do is we'll dice up the venison, dice up the pork fat, run it through the mincer so that we've got some mince in the fridge for a few of those different meals that we haven't had for a little while. So thought we'd bring you along for the journey. We've dragged the mincer out of the cupboard, and what we're going to do with you guys now is we're going to run it through twice. We're going to start with the coarse grinder, which will just give it a bit of a chance to mix together, and then we'll put on the fine grinder, which will just be a nice fine finish, ready to make some spag bol and a few other things with it as we go. So it's going to be a bit noisy, so bear with me as we start our mincing journey. Alright, that's the last of it, so I'm just going to put this through. Let's move this back a little bit. And then I'm going to put all of it back into this container, and then we'll run it through again. Like little worms coming out of their home. Alright, so we're going to get it all back into our bowl. But it's done a really good job. Okay, so I've got all of that out of there and into the bowl. So I'm just going to change out from the coarse grind to the fine grind now. Alright, so that's your coarse grind. So you'll see the holes are probably about not quite 10 mil in diameter. And then we've got our fine grind. So you'll see they're quite small in diameter. So that's going to go back on here. Now there's a little locator on the bottom, and that just slips straight in there like that, and then we'll tighten this back up. So that's nice and secure. I've got my fine grind in there now, and we'll go for the next round. Alright, so I've loaded the top plate. We're just going to run this through nicely, and for the final fine grind. Say that 10 times quick. snazzy's that looking? Just straight, like it's straight from the butcher shop. How cool's that? I mean, I guess it's alright. Alright guys, so that's 3 kilos of venison and about 700 grams of pork fat, all mushed in together to make some pretty snazzy looking mince meat. So stay tuned for when we start to cook it up. Please remember, like, subscribe, throw your comments down below if you've actually minced meat before yourself, or if you learnt something from me giving it a crack here. We really appreciate your comments. We really appreciate the love that you all are throwing us right now. So thank you so much for that. If you're new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, stay tuned for the next part. Alright, so you just watched us mince the venison and pork fat. So midweek at the at Gun Traders HQ. So nice easy meal tonight. Just spaghetti bowl, same as everybody makes in their house. Bit of salt and pepper, bit of a dolmio. So what have we got? Tomato, onion and roasted garlic. Bit of Italian herbs. We like our spicy stuff, so just some spice. A couple of garlic cloves, a little bit of capsicum, and the star of the show, which is the venison mince. So I'm just going to get all of this, I'll get these things cut up, and then we'll take you over to the stove and show you it cooking up. So stay with us. Alright, so the oil's just heating up in the pan, and so San Remo's spaghetti, just a handful of that. Alright, so that'll just go in the microwave for 12 minutes. Put it in for 6, stir it at halfway, and then in for another 6. Alright, so the spaghetti's in the microwave. So I'm just going to put this little, just chopped up 2 cloves of garlic. So I'm just going to pop that in, let it do its thing. So that garlic's brown and smelling nice. Main attraction. So this is 500 grams. So last night we bagged them up and we got 4 kilos of mince, and we just broke them up into 500 gram lots, because that's what we use as a family when we're doing meals. Alright, beautiful colour. So we're just going to brown that mince off. Alright, that's looking lovely. So now, Sam, we have this in most all of our food. It's just a chili paste, like a chili jam. Don't need heaps of it, it's just enough to give it a bit of a kick. Good old salt and pepper.
Let's give him a kick.
and then just some Italian herbs. Again, don't need much. Give that a bit of a stir around so it all mixes. Bit of capsicum. Ethan's all about the capsicum at the moment, so I reckon he'd have it on his Wheaties if he could. Alright, that's in there. Now for the Dolmio tomato, onion and garlic sauce. Give that a bit of a stir, and then I'll just back that down and let it simmer while the spaghetti finishes. 3 minutes to go. Like I said, this is just one of our midweek meals, our go-to meals. Takes bugger all time to prepare and get ready, and we love it. So nice hearty meal. Bit cool outside, so I'll back that down to a simmer, and then we'll see you. We'll pack all this stuff away, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes when the spaghetti's ready. All right, so that spaghetti's done. Alright, we've got the spaghetti in the bowls. I'm just going to dish him out now. And then we'll put some grated cheese on. Looking pretty good. Alright, so final touches, just a little bit of cheese. Alright, thanks for watching right through the end, guys. We do really appreciate it. Venison and pork mince, courtesy of Nature's Perks, the last time we were out there with them. Just nice simple midweek meal. We'll be doing burritos and we'll be doing all sorts of things with that mince now. So as I said before, we've got 4 kilos of that sitting in the freezer, which is awesome. Like, subscribe, pop your comments down below, and we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.